A father must be involved in all the 6 phases of parenting. Hello, welcome to Noble TV Live with Lily Kelvin. Today we're going to be looking at the common mistakes fathers make. Yes, let's face it, being a dad can be one of the most fulfilling experiences in life. However, at the same time, it's never a walk in the park. It can be very challenging to take care of the kids and keep them healthy, well-fed, safe, and loved, while also ensuring that you nurture them in just the right way. Now we're going to look at the common mistakes the modern day dad makes. And before we go there, let's cite an example. During Mother's Day in a prison, a group visited the inmates with greeting cards they could send to their mothers. The ministry offered to pay for the postage of the cards to their mothers. Now, these inmates were to write something to their mothers. All inmates came out of the cell wanting to get a card to write something just for their mother. They all wrote emotional messages appreciating their mothers for the love, care, attention, and support. Now, I'll tell you some words they penned down for their mothers. Some said, "Sweet mother, you are the best." Others said, "Mom, I disappoint you. I am sorry." "I love you, Mom. You're my super mom." "Mom, this is your Mom of the Century Award." "I don't deserve you, Mom. You are too much. You sold all to pay for my lawyer's fee. I don't know how to thank you. All abandoned me, but you were just there for me. You were more in a million." Now, encouraged with the responses of the inmates, the prison ministry purchased a large number of cards for Father's Day. Yes, it was time for Father's Day. Now, he had the thought that since the inmates could write something special and sweet for their mothers, same also would go for the fathers. But to his greater surprise, when it was time, only 10 inmates came out of the thousands of inmates. And you know what those 10 inmates wrote? One said, "My father is the reason I'm here. He's a bad example." Another said, "He was never in my life. I don't love him and I don't know him." And another said, "He made me wild. I hate him. He's an idiot. He made me gay. I met him for the first time when I was 12. We are 3 boys raised by an idiotic and alcoholic father, and we are all in prison." Another said, "Please don't mention his name." One said, "He introduced me to porn. I became a sex addict and a rapist. Here I am." Another said, "The idiot slept with my sister." Now, the following summarizes what mothers are doing and the mistakes some fathers are making. You can see the love this inmate had for their mothers, and you can see the hatred they had for their fathers. Well, not all fathers are hated by their kids. Some fathers are still very loving, but there are some mistakes fathers do. Now, let's go straight to the common mistakes the fathers make. Number 1, we have the absentee fatherhood. The absentee fatherhood has to do with fathers who are absent from the lives of their children. Millions of children are being raised by single mothers worldwide. It's a mistake on the part of any man to abandon his children for their mother only. Raising a child has to do with both father and mother coming together to raise that child. Another common mistake is the midnight fatherhood. The midnight fatherhood are fathers who will always come back home late, midnight, when the children are already asleep. That kind of fatherhood is not good for the kids. We also have delegating fatherhood. Some fathers delegate almost everything about parenting to their wives. They believe their only duty at home is to pay the house rent, in fact, pay the bills, school fees, and other bills. This is very wrong. School fees cannot raise a child. An excellent father is much involved in rearing, nurturing, caring, training, and parenting his children. He is ready to attend parents-teachers meetings and he is available on important days in the lives of his children, especially their birthday. You don't leave it for the wives alone. Another kind of mistake is the order judgment system. Now, in this system, some fathers run the order judgment system. They give order to their children in the morning and then they come back to judge these kids at night for any wrongdoing. No love, no interaction, no intimacy, no effective communication. All you do is dish out to the kids and you expect them to follow. You don't correct them when they make mistakes. This is not good. Another common mistake is the executive fatherhood. Yes. Lots of fathers are executive in nature. They behave like managers at home. They behave like presidents at home. Their rooms are now their offices. They take work from the office and then bring it to the house. They issue orders which everybody must obey. They have a very, very formal relationship with their wives and children. Imagine your kids coming back or you coming back from work and your kids running away. Oh, daddy is back. They don't want to stand you. They don't want to face you. The whole house becomes quiet because you're back. No. Man, you need to be flexible. Another mistake is a celebrity fatherhood. Celebrity fatherhood. I know most of you do that a lot. You fall under this category. Some fathers are famous in a position of leadership and authority and are fond of having a celebrity mindset at home. If you're a celebrity outside, you don't bring it to the house. They behave like a teen god and separate themselves from their children. Some pastors are fond of this too. Yes, some pastors are. They fail to know the difference between spiritual and biological fatherhood. They are so far from their children and still busy even when at home. They find it very difficult to have a personal relationship with their children. This is wrong. You need to have a sweet, smooth relationship with your children. If you're a pastor, live your spiritual life in church. Come back home and play with your kids. Let them feel their father and not their pastor. Another mistake is the irresponsible fatherhood. Irresponsible fatherhood. Can you imagine this home? The father gets a very fat salary, but he hardly drops a dime at home for his wife and children. This is an act of irresponsible fatherhood. You make all the money in the world, but your kids feed like ants. You feed like elephants. Your friends out there feed like elephants, but your wife and your kids, they are malnourished. They feed like ants. You're very irresponsible. Or you waste all your money in spending on yourself, buying drinks, buying smokes, and you don't take any money home. You're really irresponsible. If you're that kind of father, you need to make a U-turn now. We also have child abuse. That's another mistake. Child abuse. Some fathers, especially in Africa, believe that the best way to raise a child or to discipline a child is to beat them and inflict injury on them. No, this is wrong. They use everything to harm their children in the name of discipline. Some even use blades, razor blades, to harm their children. Some use belts, the iron part, to hit their children, all in the name of correcting a child. You don't correct a child by inflicting pain on that child. You correct with love. You don't correct with bitterness or hatred. So stop using iron, stop using metals, stop using any sharp objects on your child, all because you want to correct that child. That's not discipline. That's witchcraft and wickedness. Another one is non-involvement. Some fathers are at home, but they are never involved in the lives of their children. We call them Bakumi. I don't care. They pay the bills and provide all things that the kids or the wife wants, but they will never raise a finger. They believe that their wives only are responsible for raising the children. This is very wrong. A father must be involved in all the 6 phases of parenting. And you know the 6 phases of parenting? I'll tell you. Childbearing, child rearing, child nurturing, child discipline, child care, child training. These are the 6 phases of parenting. This is what excellent parenting is all about. We have another common mistake, wife battering. Modern men are still committing the crime of beating their wives, the mothers of their children, with impunity. This is a grave mistake that a father must not commit. Don't beat your wife. Learn not to beat your wife. Learn to walk away. Even if her mouth runs like tap water, learn to walk away. And learn to control your anger. Another one is child bribery. When a father is trying to bribe the child to behave in a certain way by promising a reward, this only teaches a child that they get a prize if they act inappropriately first and then change their behavior. If you want them to act appropriately for the very first time, a good child discipline alternative is to remind them how good it feels to make the right choices, or to simply give the predetermined positive consequences for positive behavior. If you want to gift a child, you gift a child because the child is acting well, not gifting a child and asking the child to behave one way. Now, these are not all, but they are the common mistakes a modern day father makes. Now, it is normal to make mistakes. Fathers, it is very normal to make mistakes. However, what's important is to recognize those mistakes and learn to correct them as you go. So having gone through all this, I am very, very sure that you're going to make a U-turn. Turn a new leaf. Be a caring and a supportive father. Be a loving father to your kids and a loving father to your husband. Thank you so much for watching. Please do not forget to subscribe, like, share, comment on Noble TV Live. I am Lily Kelvin.